Hello friends, today we are going to see about hot observables and cold observables. I have done a separate video about observables. I added a link in the description, please check it out if you have not already. This is a very interesting topic and the most asked interview question. By the end of this video, you will understand everything about hot observable and cold observable to answer interview questions or apply it in your daily RxJs work. First, we will see the definition about hot observable and cold observable. When the data is produced by the observable itself, we call it a cold observable. When the same data is produced outside the observable, we call it a hot observable. It is difficult to understand by definitions, so I will show you the code so you will understand quickly. Now we will see the code example. In this example, we are going to create one observable and we are going to create value inside the observable and outside the observable and see how observer is getting the values. Now we are going to create a value inside the observable. So I have used a new operator to create a new observable. So inside the observable I am going to emit a value, but the producer is coming inside the observable itself. The data is not coming out from outside the observable, like data is coming from inside the observable. So as we saw in the definition, when the data is produced inside the observable, it is a cold observable. So here I am subscribing the observable. And I am seeing a random number in the console. So I am going to subscribe it again to see what value I am going to create in the second subscription. So two consoles are printing now. If we see, I am getting two random numbers. So why I am getting two random numbers? This is because whenever I subscribe, I get new value from the observable. So match.random is generating me one new value. So this is a unicast. Unicasting means that each subscribed observer owns an independent execution of the observable. In this example, the two subscribers owns independent execution context of the same observable. So we are getting different values for each subscriber. Now we will pass the value from outside the observable and see what value our subscribers will get. So now I am going to generate random number outside the observable and pass the reference inside the observable. So if you see the consoles here, we will see the same random number printing. So both the subscribers receiving the same random data. So this is very strange, right? Because data is produced outside the observable. Each subscriber gets data from single producer. So only we are getting same random number for each subscriber. So this is called hot observables. So this concept of sharing single subscription to multiple subscribers is called multicasting, where we are sharing the same data, same producer of data to multiple subscribers. So this is called multicasting. The same thing we saw in subject. So I will attach the link in the description. Please check it out. So the main example of hot observable is from event. So if you see from event, the producer is coming outside the observable. So all these events, right, these events are not generated inside the observable, but it is coming outside the observable. So for example, I am going to click inside the page. So the click event is subscribed and we are going to print the consoles. So even if I don't subscribe, this event will keep on going. So only if I subscribe, I will get the values and print it. If I don't subscribe, I will not get the values, but the producer will continue to emit data. So this is an example for hot observable. So here I will uncomment these lines. So without subscription also I can click and the events will continue to stream. But only if I subscribe I will get the value. If I don't subscribe I will not get the value. But the producer will continue to produce data. So this is the hot observable. Cold observable. For cold observable, we can imagine ourselves watching movies on Netflix. Think of yourself as an observer. Anyone who decides to watch a movie on Netflix will get the entire movie. Regardless of when they hit the play button, Netflix creates a new producer to stream a movie just for you. Here you can imagine subscription function as a play button. Unless you press a play button or invoke a subscribe function, you will not get the data. For hot observable, imagine yourself watching movies in a theater. The show time is 4 pm. The producer is created at 4 pm and the streaming begins. If some people or subscribers are late to the show, they miss the beginning of the movie and can only watch it starting from the moment of arrival. Even if you don't go to the theater, the shows will be started at on time. So this is an example for hot observable. Even if you don't consume any data, the data will be produced forever. So just you have to tap on the time you need and use it. So this is a hot observable. So whenever you need it, you have to subscribe and use it. But it is already available. So it is like always available. Just you have to subscribe at the time you need it. So we will summarize the things what we have learned in this video. So there are two types of observables, cold observable and hot observable. So cold observable, so each observer will get one copy of observable. So it will not share any data. So it creates a data producer for each subscriber. Data is produced by the observer itself. So in hot observable, so many observers are sharing the same observable. So each subscriber gets data from the single producer. Data is produced outside the observable. So that is hot observable. So in the cold observable, it is unicast and hot observable is multicast. So the example of cold observable is watching movies on Netflix. So whenever you hit a play button, the movie streaming will start. So Netflix will create a new producer to stream a movie for each and individual subscriber. So each and everyone will get their own copy of stream. The example of hot observable is mouse events like clicks. So you can click whenever you want. The click will happen now and then, but only if you want to listen to the click event, you can listen and print it. If you are not listening, you will not get the actions like where I clicked in the screen. That kind of details I will not get. But the click event is going to happen again and again. Like the producer is going to emit data repeatedly. It's your wish to subscribe and get the data. Hope this video is very useful for you. If you have liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. So it will give huge motivation for me to do more videos. Please subscribe to my channel for more content on RxJs and other Angular and JavaScript related videos. Please comment your questions and topics which you like to see. Thank you. Thanks a lot.